If you had an 18-inch cock, you just couldn't wait to bust it out. You'd be at a party, you'd be like, well, look at my fucking
the John
cock.
Stockton shorts.
Oh, for sure.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again. Or very possibly for the first time.
Quite possibly. Or
now, for the first time, Chip is hosting a podcast at the age of 36.
That is true. I did. What do they say? One more trip around the sun or whatever they call it.
Yeah, one more lap or whatever it is.
That's what's been happening. I don't know. I've been doing some pondering about it, but it's just another day. Maybe it hasn't sunk into me yet, but I have stretched 2 days in a row since being 36. Like, is that?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, my hips, my hips are so tight. I need to. So I got the Peloton app, fired it up, got a 5-minute hip stretch for myself. I'm like, oh my god! Like, when you make noise now when you're getting up off the ground, like now you're making way more noise. So I don't know. It just older, you get a little creakier.
I did this weekend. So my wife had a little surgery.
Oh yeah, you were playing Dr. Cern, or were you a naughty nurse? Did she have you going in a naughty nurse outfit?
So she's been a little laid up. So I've been kind of having to take care of everything. But it was the first few days she was sleeping, so I still have to finish painting the house, which is taking me about a one lap around of the sun.
Oh, you're painting it. It's Easter, not Easter. Summer's coming up, so you're doing a big flag on the front or something.
Yeah,
for summer?
I do the very little
for your seasonal paint job. Yeah,
little Merca pride. No, so I'm finished painting the side, and I have some high spots. I'll get the ladder out and stuff. Mm-hmm. What sucks about the side of the house is it's all flat, so I got to walk up and down the ladder. Roll, walk down. Roll, walk up. So I don't really have any attachments, and I'm not going to buy it because what the fuck?
One more thing to have in your garage.
Yeah, not something like that. But then the next day, I was like, my shoulder. My God, I was like, it's on fire. I feel like I threw fucking 9 innings. I was like, holy shit. I was like, what the hell I did? I was like, maybe I slept on it wrong. And then I was like, no, I was kind of like moving it sideways. Like, no, it's okay. But then when I picked it up, I was like, oh, it's from painting the house. What the fuck?
Just a simple day chore gets you sore AF.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you had, Cern is enjoying a beer for himself now. I got a little wild in my old age. I celebrated with the beer last night as well.
Yeah. Like,
Modelo, just a Modelo. We went out for a little Mexican food. That was good. But
sounds delicious. We had a breakfast burrito.
Oh, love a good breakfast burrito.
So remember that place? It's still around, Adamberto's. It's kind of like,
oh yes. It's like a local Sacramento Mexican food
it's like
chain.
Every single restaurant looks the same, looks dirty.
Yes, it looks very.
The food is kick ass.
That is the thing about it, is like, it's one of those places when you drive by, you're like, there's no way that place is passing health inspection. And then you do eat there, you like roll the dice on it. You're like, I've heard good things. Let me just try it out. And it's like amazing.
And it's not too expensive. I got it right here. I'm hungry. Let's try it. And you're like, oh, this is kick ass. So I remember I got one once, and it was being poo-pooed by, my wife. This is wild.
Wow.
She's like, that's disgusting. I had the chorizo and egg and potato. And I was like, you'll
hot
like
sauce?
it.
Hot sauce on top?
Cholula.
Little Cholula. Nice. Good call.
So it was quote unquote disgusting, and it was horrible, and blah, 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 blah.
Stop.
But then the smell was wafting through the room. So then I got a request. May I at least take a bite? I said, yeah. So she took a bite. And then the next day she's like, "Do you want a breakfast burrito?" I was like, "Oh, was it good?" Never fess up to it being good, but
so she tried to pull the old like, let me see if I could like make it seem like it's his idea to get these.
Yeah.
Yeah, that old move. That old move.
But yeah, so that's our go-to. So while she was feeling, so the first few days she couldn't have anything that had any kind of fat, or because of the anesthesia, they said your stomach's the last, we're going to quote unquote wake up. Takes a little bit to kind of restart it up.
Oh,
so start up with salad, fruit, light.
Okay, yeah.
Light. But now we're on
we're on to breakfast burritos.
Yeah, we're making up for lost time.
We have made it to breakfast burrito levels. One thing I like in a breakfast burrito, because that was nothing. I don't know. I think my favorite, if you had to make me choose, breakfast is probably my favorite meal time eating. I just enjoy the fare.
Yeah.
But nothing like hits the spot, especially after a gnarly hangover or when you're just like kind of hungry, than a breakfast burrito. But I like some nice crispy hash browns in with the eggs as well, because I kind of like the crunch, and
I do love that too.
But a country potato, or the potatoes in there will serve more or less the same purpose.
Same purpose, yeah.
Yeah. But
it was so it was a go-to this morning.
Nice. Hot sauce, obviously.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing. She couldn't have anything spicy either.
Oh. Oof.
But now we're past the point.
Now you're into the burrito. It's fine
with hot sauce.
Yeah. Burritos with hot sauce.
We're not gonna dip our toe in the pool on this one. We're just gonna head right in.
Yeah, go right into it. And I will say, whilst the consumption of said burrito is an orgasmic experience for some, the aftermath of when you're like sitting at your desk or whatever, and it's all just like trying to like digest, you're just like locked up out of.
You can hear the gurgling.
Yeah,
especially if you have coffee with it.
Oh yeah.
Just go ahead and block off my afternoon.
Yeah. Clear the calendar this afternoon. My stomach's bubbling.
Oh, my stomach's bubbling. Yeah, clear my afternoon and make a date for the toilet.
You got a reservation at stall 4. Got the Wall Street Journal. Got the new issue of the Wall Street Journal. And
make sure my phone's charged for some tinker stinker time.
Yeah. Could you even imagine?
Catch some mons.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't even told you this. I quit Pokemon.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just this should have been, I meant to bring this to the show. This has been probably 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe. Whenever they charged the increase for the raid passes, that was my last straw. So Pokemon Go, my wife was like, "Are you okay with Pokemon?" Because it was, it was like aggravating me. It got to the point where it's like, oh, I got to get it was getting to a not a good place. And she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, oh, I'm just tired of seeing the same. I was just getting frustrated by it. And then Pokemon came out and they announced they raised their prices of these passes that you would buy, which was the only real fun part of it, was because we got to play with Cerny and Joe and my wife, and we would all like go in and battle one big Pokemon, even though we're all in our own locations. So they raised the price of that. They almost like doubled it, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I saw there's like a petition going out to
change it back.
Yeah.
So for I was like, I'm gonna not play for a couple days, and then I kind of hung it up for a little bit. I'm sure I'll be back at some point, but
I think there's a new guy coming out. I was talking to James about it.
Okay.
So I'm sure you'll be back for that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just I'll have another. When that train comes by again, I'll
take a little detox time.
Yeah. Like take a tolerance break. But I was gonna say, I can't even imagine going to the bathroom and not having your phone. Like it would probably be a really quick process.
Yeah, be a little more productive, I guess.
Like, well, nothing else to do in here.
Yeah.
But a lot of the boomers act like, oh, the phones, and they're on. Isn't one of the most famous Norman Rockwell photos a picture of a guy reading the newspaper on the toilet?
Yeah.
So that's
I
their
saw a
version
picture
of the
like
phone.
like in the 40s, whatever it is, and it's like all these dudes riding the subway, every single one reading paper.
Oh, everyone had the paper up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, today it's just a phone. They said it's no different, just different.
It's just a different
mode of consuming.
Yep. Yeah, no one wants to talk to anyone on their way to work. That hasn't changed.
No.
That's a human fact.
That'll never change. I'm already sour. I have to go to work.
Dude, these companies that are making my buddy, he said he works for a tech company, and he said they were all total remote. It was fine. They're mandatory return to the office if you're within a certain mileage of headquarters or of an office. So, if your office is in San Francisco and you live in where I live in Novato, maybe I would be outside of that range. But anyway, so he said, "Oh, is it just kind of?" I asked him, "I'm very curious about these things," and I said, "Oh, is it up to the manager?" He goes, "No, they're being really strict." HR even went through and ran. I guess Google has an API, Google Maps. They put in everyone's address and how far it was, and then they would give a list to each department head. These people have to be in the office. It's oh fuck, they're serious. That's pretty serious. But I
wonder why some of these companies are rolling it back. I heard it's in face it's better. Then it's in certain cases, yeah. When some other things, it's is it really?
So our company, we're totally remote. We don't even have an office in San Francisco. If I wanted to go into the office, I have nowhere to go. So I can't go in anywhere. But they have been doing this thing where they kind of send, if there's 40 people on your product team or your sales team or whatever, they'll do these half of people get a meetup at, they'll kind of do these little meetups around, San Francisco, okay. Seattle, where, there's kind of.
So that's what we do. Sporadically, it's you have to meet with these guys and, whatever it is.
Yeah. But I think the people that are obviously the Apples and all these, they have so much commercial real estate. They're just losing money by not having people use it. So it seems like that's the only reason. It seems, I don't know.
Yeah, it's get their money's worth, I guess, for when they do it on the books, so they can.
I guess are they getting paid one of those, the schools? It's if your kid's absent, the school loses $3.20 out of their budget. Schools don't have a good enough budget anyway.
No,
to charge it by that. No. That's what we should be striking about instead of what are they? The writer's strike is happening. Writer's strike,
yeah.
This happened. I guess it happened 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I do remember the last one.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know.
I hope they get what they want.
They want a better cut of the episodes, or instead of getting a flat rate, they want a
Oh, interesting. Okay.
A royalty or something. That's
yeah. That's fine. I mean, if everyone else is making money off syndication or some other mechanism, why wouldn't they get a taste of that?
Yeah, I know. Because it's like The Office. I mean, the writing... really carried that, Modern Family. The writing was great.
Yeah. Right. It's not the act. I mean, for the most part, it's not the actors
Yeah.
I mean, The Office had some of that though, but normally it's not like that, it seems.
So
what do I know?
I get it. I'm for, some of these, not some of these corporations. They need to start sharing a little bit. Come on now.
It is. It's isn't the CEO in charge of everything? And then when they have to lay people off because they overhired, isn't that his fault?
Yeah, shouldn't he take a cut? Keep his salary, get a raise?
Or if I do something and there's a huge problem, or we lose a bunch of money, that's my fault. I get fired.
Yeah.
So why aren't they held to this similar standard?
I don't know.
That's what people are up in arms for. Yeah.
But we'll talk about it for the next 20 years, and we'll be right back where we are. 20 years from now, we'll be on the pod with 50 listeners, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're right."
Hey, minimum wage is still $15.75, the same as what it has been.
The CEO is making $100 million a year now.
Yeah. It's so depressing when you see those things. That's in 1972, your average salary you were making $17,900. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's, it's not a lot of money. But then like a house was,
the purchasing power was
75,000. It's
better.
like, oh wow, yeah. And then now they show it and it's like, oh, your salary needs to be, you have to have a massive, all the housing's so expensive.
I know.
Eggs.
I know.
Definitely no egging. Kids won't be going around egging anymore. With the
It's too
inflation
expensive.
on the eggs. Too expensive. Plus,
we have some kids here that they can knock on the door and run away.
oh,
I
What
saw
are
him
they?
yesterday. I saw him. I just like, I see you, you little fucker. And I started laughing.
fucker, you little fucker. What? How old were these kids?
They had to be in high school, like lower high
okay.
school.
I mean, if they ain't hurting nobody or
No,
anything.
it's just a knock and they run away. I mean, whatever. I was laughing. I wasn't even.
Yeah.
I mean, Melanie was more mad about it. She was like, they just knocked on our door and ran away. I said, come on. I could tell you stories where I turned the fucker's power off.
Yeah.
not mad.
Did you see this thing about some guy on Facebook posted this post about this girl came to his rang his doorbell and ran off or something.
and
he's like, I had my 6 loaded. I had my 9 there.
Yeah.
Kid, you better
It's
watch
like-
it. I'm like, what?
I know. That's what I was laughing when I saw him doing. I was like, these kids clearly don't watch the news.
Yeah, I'm like, it is. I mean, it's definitely.
I think it's wild though. Like these stories where it's like the wrong driveway and the guy opens fire and shit. It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's your first go to.
if that's your first reaction, these are the type of people that we don't need to be allowing to have guns.
No.
Like if he wants to chase after with a machete coming out of his house, hey, fine, machete or get the pitchfork or something.
The situation.
Yeah,
I think I told a story. Did I tell a story in this pod where they're playing a game like some squirt gun game at Melanie's school.
Oh yeah, and someone came to your house and was hiding in your
jumped
truck.
in the back of the truck, and
Yeah.
it's not like I came out with my piece. I saw him, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What's he doing?" I'm just gonna go out, and I looked, and looked at it like, "Oh, he has a squirt gun. Oh, he's probably 17." I was like, "Okay, they're just playing a game."
yeah, he's being an idiot.
But it's not like I'm getting my piece and I'm gonna go confront this guy.
It seems like people. I mean, this is definitely. It's like they're charged up and they're like ready to use it. They're like looking for any excuse to like get their fucking gun out. It's like I don't. It would be the same if dudes had like 18-inch dick. If you had an 18-inch cock, you just couldn't wait to bust it out. You'd be at a party, you'd be like, well, look at my fucking
the John
cock.
Stockton shorts.
Oh, for sure.
Free ball. No, it's commando. Having to hang down the bottom of my
It
pants.
would be you would have the itchiest trigger finger to just pull your hog out if it was some massive
Anaconda.
massive piece. Yeah. Some Dirk Diggler status. You would be ready to whip this thing. That's how people are with the guns, it feels like. And it's like that doesn't need to be doesn't need to be like that.
Kill somebody.
Yeah. You could probably kill someone with an 18-inch penis. You give them like organ and damage their organs.
I'm going balls deep. No!
Oh shit! You got my gallbladder. Fucking impaled my gallbladder with your 18-inch penis. That would be. I mean, I know we joke. That would be rather inconvenient. I think. What would
Yeah,
you?
I think that would.
You'd have to have some serious.
You'd be like a
Underwear.
novelty more than
Yeah. You couldn't get a boner. You would get dizzy. You get faint. Probably.
You couldn't
All the
deny
blood
it if that happened. Like, no, I don't know about it.
You're like, no, your
You
leg
just knocked
is just
over
like
every glass on my table. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, we're just fucking children. Yeah, that is too. That might be too big. I'd say too big for me at least. I don't know. There could be some Cerny sluts out there, some chipmunks at 18. It's what they need. What's it crave? It's what they crave.
What they crave. I think the follow-up question would be, what's the girth? What's the circumference of that
Oh yeah, what if he had like a little arrow? It's like just real skinny, like one of those novelty jumbo pencils. Novelty jumbo pencil. It would have to be, or else it would have to be classified as something else, not a penis if it was any girthier. It'd be like a elephant trunk or something.
Oh man.
Yeah. Do you remember those did you in school, did you ever have pencil wars? Was that a thing that made it to your like middle school?
Yeah.
And I my wife hadn't heard of it, and I was like, "What? You never had a pencil war with anybody?" And she's like, "No, what's that?" And I was like, "You basically take a wood pencil and you hold it out for your friend, and they take their wood pencil and they try to fucking break your pencil in half."
Yep.
And then you go home and your mom opens your backpack and there's like 20 fucking broken pencils. And she's like, "What are you doing?"
The whole box of number 2s is in half.
Yeah. Oh, number 2s? Yeah. No longer. I mean, as a parent now, I would just be like, "Fucking Lord, give me strength."
I think I do more yelling at the beginning of the year, that school year, when it's like we're like 3 days in, and they're like, "Do you have a pen or pencil?" I'm like, wait a minute. I just shelled out a whole bunch of cash, and I know you have it. Where is it?
Oh,
like, what do you mean you don't fucking know? It's only been 3 days in.
Yeah.
Well,
and you've been going for a couple days, and you don't have a writing utensil? That would concern me as well. Like, what have you been doing in class? You don't got a fucking pen?
Are you bumming it off somebody?
You just like downloading it in your head, and you're just going to somehow like hold that information and then regurgitate it later. And once you get a pen,
which I know is false. Anyway,
oh yeah,
can't fucking remember when I asked you to do something 5 minutes ago.
Are they allowed? Can you like just bring your computer into class now in high school and stuff? Like take notes on it?
They have
Chromebooks?
Yeah.
Okay. And then hey, you're a sophomore. Here's your Chromebook for the year, and here's your charger.
Yeah, it's like assigned to them. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I think they do a lot of. They'll assign like the assignment on like Google Classroom, and they'll have to go into it.
So all your work's on the computer.
Yeah, which is wild. That's why I'm like, when they have something missing, I'm like, how could you have something missing?
Doesn't it just tell you everything that is due?
Yeah, it tells you it tells you if it's turned in or not too. It's not like it's like a mystery.
And it probably sends you an email if it's like, "Hey, your essay is due tomorrow." Do you get? I'm sure you can get an email.
I'm sure you can get. Yeah.
Do kids have email? I don't even know.
They have like a school thing. They have like a little notification and stuff.
Okay.
That's why I'm always like, how the fuck do you not know? On top of that, they're always like, I'll see it. I'm like, how do you have? I had this conversation a few weeks ago. How are you missing every single assignment? I didn't know I was missing anything. Like, first off, how do you not know? Or do you go to class? Yeah. Or do you have a pulse? Do you even know where you're at? Second, you can see it. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, you can fucking see. It's not like I have some secret,
access
credentials I can see. Yeah. It's not like I hacked into the fucking school to take a look at your shit. It's right here.
You're super admin.
And the teachers,
don't they talk about the assignments in class and then just sitting there and they're like, "Oh, what is the teacher talking about? I haven't turned in this paper or this paper. What? Huh? I'll just ignore it."
You know what's even wilder? Is 90% of the stuff was actually filled out, but they just didn't click submit. I'm like, I would understand that even more if I would understand it even more if you just didn't do it at all, but that you did it and then didn't even turn it in.
Oh, so there was a disconnect between he thought just completing it like auto saving it would submit itself.
That's what we thought too. Okay. But no, because they've been doing this since the beginning of since like 7th grade, so they know how it works. It's just I don't know. I can't. That one I can't wrap my mind around. I just can't figure it out.
That is.
I stopped trying after a while.
That's a head scratcher.
I'm like, why would you do it and then not turn it in? I don't know. Oh my God.
That's like a sick form of torture. That's like self torture.
Trying to watch me have an aneurysm or something right on the spot.
Yeah, just fucking eye just starts twitching. You're like, oh,
I'm
That was a big one.
What?
Oh my word.
Jeffrey still does the majority. Actually, he does. So he's in 5th grade. So they'll do some of their assignments on Google Classroom, and some of them he'll bring it home and write it out.
Yeah. The first grader has very light, but she does have homework. But I mean, the thing is, if you just sit her down, it maybe takes 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes to do it for the whole week. But the problem is that you got to you spend 30 minutes negotiating to do one side of the math. That's like literally, it's like, oh, what's 3 plus, she just knocks it out and she's like, oh, just do another. I'm like, this is why do we have to fight to make it happen?
So my favorite one is, I'll sit Jeffrey down to do his homework, but we'll do a problem and then we'll be doing floor tumbling exercises on the ground.
You need to
hey, what are we doing?
A strap.
Oh, yeah. And then we'll do another problem, and then we'll start talking about the dog, and then we'll do another problem, and it's like an hour and a half later. I'm like, "Where you at? You're halfway done. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it. I said, so then I get mad, and they're like, "I'll do it." I'm like, "Yeah, but I gotta check it. I don't want to be checking homework at 9:00 at night." I mean, I've been working all day too. It's not like I've been doing nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've been trying to half-ass my own homework too.
Yeah, I know. Come on.
What have you been doing? Yeah, you need some sort of you need some restraint, some sort of chair,
like a shock collar. Like if they get too far, like a little set up a perimeter around the homework
to the pencil. Oh yeah, just for the perimeter on the desk.
So he crosses.
That's pretty good. And it is. They only have PE like 1 day a week now, 1 or 2 days a week. I'm like, this is for fucking shame.
1 day
on this
for 30 minutes. I lobbied it when I was in Cy Park. I'm going back to the Hell Week.
Oh boy!
Hold
on. Are you going to be? Is this going to trigger? Or is this a trigger event for you?
This is a trigger. Okay. I tried to lobby it for more days while I was there. I was like, there's a case for more days. They're like, well, yeah, I mean, they do it for once a week for 30 days. I said, go on a hike with these kids and watch them gasp for air and act like they're fucking dying. And we're walking. We're not walking up the side of a cliff. We're walking.
You're not fucking summiting Mount Whitney.
No,
at elevation.
We didn't contract Sherpas to take us up the mountain. We're just walking. Fuck.
Are you gonna Everest? You're gonna summit Everest on this?
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, these kids have shitloads of fucking energy. Get them. They need 30 minutes to just go fucking crazy.
Yeah, just run around.
Yeah.
Tire them out. Can focus up a little more.
Yeah. My son, great kid. My wife's been hitting me with he's baby chipper. He's just baby chipper. I know. And I'm like, oh, poor guy. Poor guy.
Life of comedy and getting yelled at.
I know. And I'm like, oh, and it's the same. It's like, and to my wife, our daughter, very similar. So that's why I go, whenever there's a problem, I'm like, oh, I'll step in. I know how to handle both of y'all's. So I'll just let me just handle the situation here. So I think I'm like my son, and the same, probably the same thing that drives everyone nuts about me drives me nuts about my son.
So I get that too. Just so I get that Jeffrey's.
Yeah,
he's a clone, mini you. So that's why it's like sometimes he'll be doing something, and I'll be like, don't do that. And he'll be like,
you can just see it.
What do you mean? I can see the.
It's like he had the vision.
Said, don't. And he'll go to my wife and try to pull one. And I said, no, we're not doing that. And I'll say, he'll be like, what am I doing? And I'll tell him exactly what he's doing. He's like, how'd you know? I said, because I've done this, boy. And I'm better than you. Don't fucking try it.
Yeah, I know how to finagle such a thing for myself. Yeah. But kids are good. They're great.
Yeah.
It's
it's just funny when you catch them and they're like, how did you know? Like, don't.
they do treat you like you are a fucking idiot. You know, for like this person, I think it's because they also have they're basing off as a zero knowledge. Yeah. So they just assume that everyone else, all their surroundings, is also at zero knowledge.
So we're gonna go back to Slide Park again. God,
ooh, man.
So the kids were in the shower, and I watched them start folding a towel. And I walked over and grabbed the towel and said, "Hey, we're not snapping people with towels." And they're like,
"Oh, they were already getting it going."
Yeah, they were like folding it and rolling it. Okay, I said, "Hey," and I grabbed it and said, "We're not snapping towels. Don't do that. If someone's gonna get snapped, they're gonna get pissed, and then they're gonna go." I said, "Don't do that." They're like, "We're not gonna." I said, "Don't snap towels." And this kid's like, "How did you know we're snapping towels?" I said, "Because first off, that's a sloppy roll. Okay, I'll tell you how to roll it, but I'm not doing it."
That's a loose roll. How are you going to rip someone's ball sack open with that loose roll?
The secret is to get the tip wet too, but I'm not even going to tell you about that. We'll just.
Oh yeah, when you hear the sink going, you just do a little dunk, or you put it in the
dunk.
urinal.
Yeah, I said no, but I said we're not like. How did you know? I said because I rolled plenty I spent a lot of time in the locker room. I know how it goes, kids.
Yeah.
I spent more time in the locker room hours than you've been alive. So knock it the fuck off.
You in guys' locker rooms in high school, you spend more time dicking around than getting changed or getting your gear or whatever. It's just it's just a dick around place.
You would always get down to your underwear, and then that's when the dick around would happen, and then you'd be dick around for who fucking until the coach was like
until coach
like 2 minutes. You're like oh shit, you're like going out, pulling your sock up, you're trying to get out to the practice field. That's
you literally. The fucking coach he's not a coach, he's a glorified babysitter for a bunch of fucking slapdick teenage boys. And they go, like practice in 5 minutes, and then you're running out. You got you're holding your cleats. You're trying to like do your belt buckle and you hold your pants up.
What are you doing in there?
Anything? Yeah.
What are you guys doing in there? No, I got a class late.
Yeah. I had to talk to.
I had a test.
Yeah, I had a test. Oh yeah, I was doing extra credit.
I had to finish
fucking lies. I was washing my 18-inch penis off in the shower. One of the towel snaps, I did see somebody break skin on that once, and I think that scared me straight on fucking around. Yeah, stuff.
I was like, I don't want to. I mean, we used to do it, but then I think it was like on the back. I was like, oh shit.
Oh fuck.
I was like, I don't want that retaliation on me.
No.
I mean, if I get it unprovoked, then I'm definitely coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
Chip holds this person down. They're getting no lashing.
Oh man! And then if you hold someone down in the locker room, it's not just one. There's going to be a pile-on.
Oh yeah, because the person will start screaming to bring attention, and then it's like everyone's going to grab all limbs, and then you might as well just take it. Whatever's happening, you might as well just take it.
Yeah, and there was always, I think in high school, I feel like the boys' locker rooms. I'm sure it varies from school to school, but in Lily White, Roseville, California. We were good for maybe like 4 to 6 fights a school year.
Oh yeah,
I would say in the locker room. That's always a fun one because you could hear the lockers getting thrashed around and people trying to jump over to get a good view, and then
jump on top of the lockers.
Jump on top of the lockers, and people are banging everything. It's just a ruckus. It's quite the ruckus.
I think I was talking to the coach, in the office about whatever, and then a fight broke out, and it was like he was just like he just stood there and like just sat there. I was like, God damn it! And he like got up and kind of just like did like the Lupinello like slow walk out there. It was like, hey!
Yeah, if it gets too rowdy, then you got to come break it up or something. But then you might catch a haymaker, like an accidental.
Most of them was like, I think. Remember, most of the fights at least in the locker room. Remember, it was like, I mean, I don't know how it is today, but remember they were just like, hey, knock it off. All right.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Like you would just, all right. But now it's like, I'm sure they have to take them in.
Yeah. No one was really trying to no one's trying to murder anybody.
No, it's just like
you need to blow some steam off because so-and-so's been driving you nuts or something pretty much.
Yeah.
He's been swinging his 18-inch fucking dick around the locker room. You've had enough.
Need to be checked.
You've had enough. Yeah, that. And I would love to understand what happens in the women's locker room. Like, is this, to me, it just, is it all? It's all just there's nothing out of line. They just go in, they transact with getting dressed, and there's maybe there's some gossiping or something. But then is there any tomfoolery?
I don't know, actually. I mean, I would like to understand that too, because there was nothing but horseplay and stealing someone's shit out of their locker and moving into another locker. I mean, it was always.
Oh yeah, that was always. You would go around. It was like playing the slot machines. Like, what dummy forgot his lock and is going to get fucked with today?
Yeah, because I don't think we're never into the art of like stealing it. We would just scare the shit out of them and just clean them out and just move it to another locker.
Yeah, you just move it to like the one below, or you put it on top of the thing.
Watch their panic, like their jaw hit the floor and just like start like tearing up. Like,
oh my, yeah, that is. Is it more? What makes your heart sink faster? Is it opening the locker and it's empty, or walking up and seeing the locker opened and you're like, oh no.
Oh no! Yeah, that's it. And then you see it empty.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
No.
And then you see like, oh, I don't see my shorts in there.
And they just start.
They're just like, fuck.
All my stuff, all my clothes, my phone, my backpack, everything's gone.
And it's just like someone just put it on the end of the bench.
Yeah,
like,
that's
they're not even looking
on
for
the
it
bench.
there.
It's not even hidden. It's just sitting right there, but they don't know because they look at the locker.
Yeah. So, relatively harmless, I guess. But there was a lot of theft of
shoes.
I think when we were in high school, the Axe came out, that body spray.
The body spray, yep.
I'm surprised that isn't banned in high schools, because the liberal nature to which it's applied is
the locker room had its own ozone layer at some point.
It really it had its own microclimate because of all the chemicals from the aerosol deodorants.
It would rain Axe at some point. It would actually start collect. It would condense and come down as precipitation.
Yeah, and then I'm sure I fell into this camp at some point in my high school life, but there was a thought that the more of a good smell you had, the more chicks would be into you.
Yeah.
So you would just lay it on. You'd put it under your armpits.
I think we did that too, because remember we had a couple kids in our grade that refused to wear deodorant. Remember, and they smelled horrible.
Oh,
and they wouldn't. I remember these kids, and they wouldn't bring their PE clothes home to I wasn't really great at that either, but
like
at least
Pigpen.
Yeah. So they smelled really bad. So remember the girls were like, they smell horrible. So they was like, well, if they smell horrible, I better double down.
Oh, yes. What can I go the complete opposite way of smelling horrible? Let me do half this container of Axe on it. Of Mountain Rush or whatever the
the blue, actually it was like the blue can or the green can,
Oh yeah, there was only two. There were three cents, but now how much is that? How much is Axe? They still have that exact thing they sold in high school, right?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't I think past
and it has
junior year or sophomore year.
Oh
I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
I would associate that with
stuff.
like smokers are trying to like cover up the smoke.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you go out, rip a couple heaters.
Do that. He would smoke and try to hide it. And
okay.
Like, yeah, you smell like an ashtray and Axe. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're really fooling everybody.
Yeah. With
your fucking ciggy breath. Go out, rip a couple heaters and spray some Axe on your fucking hoodie. Like that's gonna You're not fooling anyone, Bob. We know you smoke cigarettes outside.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. We had the and then there was the locker room that was the football. I mean, it was mostly like basically if you played a sport,
the wolf den.
The wolf den. There was another locker room that had bigger, oversized lockers that, like, basically football players needed to put all their equipment in, but also baseball, you have all your fucking bats and
big bags and stuff we carry.
So you would get assigned. Everyone in PE had like a regular size locker, and then
athletes got the special lockers.
Athletes like, oh, it's baseball season. Okay, Cerny, you're right. Yeah, you're right next to Chip or
we got kicked out of that. Remember our freshman year?
We did.
Yeah, we got kicked out of the wolf den.
Oh, because the incident that we had?
Yeah, with the pee.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember that, but I remember the incident, but yeah.
Somebody that was not well liked. Someone was peed in their locker or something.
Or yeah, some body fluid. We honest to God, we were not involved with
No,
this.
we weren't involved. I just remember like someone
Tangentially.
Actually, I think the people that did it, remember, they ended up getting cut because they sucked anyway. But
I'm gonna need the once we get off the air, I'm gonna need the story because I'm blanking.
They're peeing all over his stuff.
Oh, fuck!
They told the coach, and he said,
"Yeah, that's fucked up.
I can't have that." So the whole freshman team, you've been banned. I was like, "Oh, fuck!
What a dipshit fucking freshman thing to do." What a dipshit thing to do. Yeah, that was a cool thing about you definitely felt it was like a little bit of a cool thing.
Yeah,
to
you're
have
you're really sweet. Get a little special locker.
Speaking of which, going with to the Oakland Athletics game tomorrow with friend of the show, fellow Ramley as well. Hashtag Ramley.
You're in good company.
Hashtag horns up, of course. He's a fan of America's team, the Mariners.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just a fan of baseball, so we're gonna go see if we can't see how low the Oakland A's attendance is going to be tomorrow.
So my dad's sending me pictures right now. And he's like,
"Oh, he's there."
No, he just saw it on TV, so he paused it, took a picture. He's like,
"Yeah,
the A's had the gall to show the attendance tonight, and it is empty."
It was 2,500 people last night, I think.
Yeah, it was like 23-17 or something like that. I forget what. Yeah, it was
wow.
At least it was right around that time. Right around that, and they had the pleasure. They had their young rookie throw in through 7 innings of no hit ball, and then was yanked for pitch count.
You got one thing to bring the fans in, and you fucking take it away.
Could have entertained all 2,300 people, but no, they yanked him, and then the reliever came in and gave up the game. I don't, you know what? I'm all for the pitch count, but I think there needs to be kind of like the pitch clock and the whatnot. When they give the standing ovation and the hitter's not in the box, he's tipping the cap and they give him a fucking strike. And you see that rule?
I don't like that either.
The MLB's like, well, you have to submit something a day before if you anticipate someone to get a standing ovation. It's like, no, why don't you umpire just making an executive decision? Just call time out himself.
Yeah, or like, hey, the umpire has fucking ears. We know he doesn't have eyes, but he's got fucking ears, right? You can hear people cheering, and you know what's going on. Let it fucking happen for a little bit.
Yeah, is he not a human being and not, can't assess the situation? Is he that?
Yeah.
But anyway, so, they stick to the pitch counts.
Yeah.
Okay. But, I mean, the no-no?
A little flexibility. It's so rigid, the guard reps.
Yeah. If I was a pitcher, Mason Miller, whatever his name was, I think that's what his name was.
Yeah.
And Mark Kotsay came up and said, "Hey, you're at your pitch count. We're yanking it." I was like, "No, we're not, coach. I'm going back out there. You're going to have to fucking tackle me. I'm going out
fight
there.
me.
I'm throwing a no. I'm going out there." And I just broke a cardinal sin. You made me break the cardinal sin. I just announced.
Oh, I'm
throwing
you acknowledged
it.
Mm.
But you made me do it. I'm going out there until I give up a hit. Give a fuck if I throw 150 pitches. It's 2 more innings. It's not like you had a no through 5. I never count that. But once we get past the 7th inning, you better recognize.
Let it ride. You got to let it ride. Unless he's at like 120 or some shit.
Yeah.
But even then, ask him, see what he wants to do.
Yeah, I'm going out there.
Like, one over thing. Anyway, I had to go. I was on a hunt for some seeds.
Ooh.
But you know what? I don't fuck with the Davids. The Davids are...
They splinter the teeth.
I don't fuck with the David seeds. I'd rather not have seeds than have Davids. But I did get the jumbos or the spits. Those good ones. Dill pickle. Have you had the dill pickle?
Yeah, dill pickles. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Seasons where I go.
Oh. Is that the black pepper ones?
No, I had those. I don't.
It's a little bit much
because
on
of the way I eat seeds. Like baseball players, you just take you throw them in your cheek. The black pepper is a little too much. It was a little rough ride for a cheeker.
Yeah, that is true. And I couldn't pass it up. They had Takis.
Oh yeah, we had those. Seeds. Yeah.
Okay. And I saw they had Taco Bell Nacho Supreme, but I didn't get those. But I did get the Taki seeds.
Does it come with mud butt?
Yeah. Oh fuck, dude. What was that horse? What do they have? Horse meat in there? And a couple of the ground beef.
They had sawdust, I think.
Sawdust.
I think it was McDonald's that had kangaroo meat in it. I think it was, or some shit like that.
Jesus Christ.
Jack in the Box or something, one of those fucking corporations.
That was a mini sirloin burger.
That
was our go-to. That was our drunken go-to. Was the mini sirloin burgers.
Or the
Last
tacos.
story. But there was this place on Geary and past Park Presidio. So let's just say probably Geary and 11th or something like that, Cern, in San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there was a Jack in the Box there, and it was open until past when the bars were. So like 4 something. So we'd be drinking down at the Blarney Stone, a couple rounds of High Life, Miller High Life for ourselves, or whatever we were drinking at the time.
And
we'd walk.
Remember the bartender? Yeah, I think he was. Remember, he was Gabe, so we would try to he would always give us a free drink.
Oh yeah,
remember that guy? Yeah,
I think he kind of had a thing for Cern.
Yeah,
so he would always give up
we're getting a free drink, so I was
Yeah.
like, I'm taking it.
It's like a free drink, sure. He's you're paying him. He's looking at you. He's getting his end of the bargain or whatever.
Yeah, so that's fine. That was fine.
But we would go down to Jack in the Box, order mini sirloin burgers, a couple things of curly fries. But come to find out that many, many years later, probably 10 years after we did this, they got busted because they actually didn't have any license to sell food that late. They had been doing it illegally for so many years.
That place was always packed because it was the only game in town. It was the only game in town, and everyone was fucking drunk, asking for shots of Jameson.
Yeah, that was yours truly on that one. That was everyone in there. I remember you would be like, you're seeing like fucking 4 of everything. You're there, you're just fucked up. You're like, ugh. And you look around, everyone else is like, ugh. Everyone else is just totally fucked up. It's just everyone.
The worker, the poor bastard at the work doing minimum wage,
fuck.
Did not think anything was funny.
No,
I'm sure he heard it every day, all day, every day, or all night, every night. But
I couldn't. I would also be like, fuck, this is ridiculous.
I
don't get paid enough for this.
I remember he was like asking you, like, what can I get you? He's like, I'll have a shot of Jameson. And this guy is behind us was like, make that a double. And he just stood there, the guy just stood there and just didn't even react. He just stood there with like a deadpan face. It's like, what can I get you? I was like, oh, this poor guy.
Poor guy, giving him the old ringer, giving him the bullshit, giving him the heavy dose of the bullshit. Well, we brought the funny again this week, Cern, as we tend to do. We're can't help ourselves these days.
No.
But we're a year wiser. We're in the same Club 36, and keep it spicy.
Joe's birthday wish had me laughing. I don't know why. Happy birthday, Daniel.
Oh, he did. And I saw that. I'm like, I just fucking won't even acknowledge this. I'm not ready for this today.
I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know why. I was like, it's just like, that was like classic Joe.
I couldn't address it because I knew that would fan the flames, and I
was like, that's classic Joe. He's gonna wish you happy birthday, but he's still gonna do something to get at you.
Yeah, there's still like a little twist in there for you, like any good friend would. But yeah, that about does it for this week. We got some hats and stickers or whatever. Send us an email if you want one.
ChipandCernShow@gmail.com.
Boom, and that'll do it. Next week's show, Oakland A's in person.
Give me a stadium review.
Give you a stadium review. And until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.